Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'll be going over Deputy Salvador build, but this time on OP10 since the new DLC has come out, and it's actually been a while since I've done that video, about 3 to 4 years almost since that video was from 2016. Anyways, this build is actually a build I always use on my streams, and sometimes I kill raid bosses with it. So I'll be going over the build, explaining why Deputy Salvador even exists and why he's so powerful. So let's go to the target dummy, and then I'll show you the gear that I'm using. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done that video, and to be honest with you, I kind of can't even review my 2016 videos because I sound like so depressed for no reason. Anyways, so here's the gear. I'm using a grog nozzle for healing, obviously. That's the main Salvador choice for healing, as all of you know. Orphan Maker, that's kind of his main gun, because if you hold the Orphan Maker on your left hand, you actually do no damage to yourself, because the Orphan Maker's ability is that if you shoot it, it will damage you on your main hand. But if you Gunzerk, and then you shoot it from your left hand, it actually won't do damage. The way that this build works is that if you hold the grog nozzle on your right hand, the Orphan Maker is going to look at your grog nozzle's magazine size for money shot bonuses, or your left hand. As you can see, I did damage cap there. So that's sort of how Deputy Salvador works. You always want to hold the weapon on your left hand instead of your right hand. That way, you'll do the maximum amount of damage possible. That's why most of the bosses on Deputy Salvador are pretty trivial, as you can see. So I have a few options here for Deputy Salvador. The Hydra is the weapon you want to use against the Ancient Dragons of Destruction, because the Hydra is the strongest weapon against them because of the way that the sprint works, because you'll be kind of near them, and since the dragon's crit spots are so big, you'll actually kind of two-shot them, as in two money shots worth of damage. And I have a quad here in case you want to do the antagonist reflection with Hyperius. A quad is a very nice choice to use on Deputy Salvador. And you're mostly going to be using the Rustler's Orphan Maker for most of your mobbing needs, since this gun has not many pellets, so you can hit most of your pellets pretty reliably. And I'll be using Deputy Badge for the reload speed. Carrot a good monk, although you could probably use a bad one, but not bad, evil. I'm sorry, and you'll probably get the crit damage on your guns, but got a good is good as well. Then you have all his class mods. Legendary Gunzerker is very nice if you want to Gunzerk forever. Then I have this Throw Shield, but in the final build this is going to be OP8 because there's actually a build with Salvador that you can get your health down to like a very minimal amount and wear Legendary Titan, and you can basically abuse health gate that way. You get like insane health regen, basically having more health regen than health that you have. Yeah, Antagonist Shield is also your main shield that you're going to be using in this build, especially considering, you know, a lot of enemies are gonna try to shoot you, and Salvador actually, well, not Salvador, but more like the enemies, if they finish their magazines, they're actually gonna have money shot reflected back at them. So it's a very interesting shield. You should definitely try it out. But yeah, all the normal shields that Salvador has. Quasar, and this is supposed to be a low-level Singularity, but again, I basically scaled everything in this build. But Singularity is the most important thing in this build because Singularity, you know, provides crowd control, and crowd control is very important for Deputy Salvador. And all the normal relics, Sheriff's Badge, Elemental relics, everything else. Let's go over the skill build now. In the skill build, there is no inconceivable because Jacob's guns kinda, you know, they don't need it, kinda. So you want to get to the money shot as fast as you can. That's the point of this build. And Jacob's guns tend to get stuck if inconceivable happens at 0 magazine, and you kind of don't want that. So that's why there is no inconceivable here. And I've gone in for every other skill in here. You have Filled to the Brim instead. Other than that, no fire rate skills at all, but I do have Keep Firing in case you want to use it on the Grog Nozzle, although if you don't want to do that, you can put the 1.2 boost that can't slow down instead. Then yeah, again, no fire rate builds. This doesn't work with Deputy, because this doesn't work on your left hand, so there's no point into getting the skill. Again, no fire rate, everything else. And that's kind of it. Just don't go for any fire rate skills except for, you know, this one, I guess, because it's a 1-pointer. And it helps your Grog Nozzle fire faster. Because a lot of Salvador skills actually don't affect your left hand. Some do, some don't. If Filled to the Brim affects your left hand, you can actually get away with a Tedier grip or any other grip on your Orphan Maker, but you have to have a Jacob's grip on it. But yeah, this is the build. I hope you guys liked the video. Hopefully I did a better job than the other video that I did explaining it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching.